amazingly doable. Pace yourself. There's plenty of time. We're talking about this in August. The first thing to do is to sort of look and see if your college, the colleges you're interested in, accept the Common Application, which is available at commonapp.org, and start filling in your personal information to that. The good news is it's accepted at more than 700 colleges, and you only have to fill in that personal information once.
You know what stressed me out the most, and I was a good student at all A's, the essay.
Yes.
You know, they always say that's what makes you stand out, you know, and then I had, you know, all of my teachers and parents,
I went to Rutgers because I didn't have to do an essay at the time. I'm sure it's changed since then, but
what can you tell us to take the stress out of that?
So, first of all, the essay is imagine somebody who's never met you before. What would you want them to know about you? It's almost like a blind date, a first date. And what challenges have you faced? What problems? What are the experiences that have sort of made you who you are? Not all of those experiences, but what are some of those experiences, and how would you want to tell your story in that way?
Does it have to be long?
It doesn't necessarily have to be long. There are, on the Common Application, there are shorter prompts and longer prompts, but take as much space. I mean, there are limits, but take as much space as you need to sort of tell that story and introduce yourself to someone who likely has never met you before.
So someone is actually reading those
They are
essays.
absolutely. Students should know that they will be read, and don't let your parents write them for you.
Good.
And the SAT, we were talking about this, it's administered now in August. I was thinking it was late, but actually it's early if you want to take it again.
So this is the first time that I know of that you could take the SAT on August 26th, and the late registration deadline is the 15th for students who are interested in that. Most colleges accept either the SAT or the ACT, which is another exam, and so it's important for students to know, you know, maybe take some practice questions on each and see which one you're more familiar with or you feel more comfortable with. And there's nothing wrong with taking that test again if you sort of have the time and the interest.
Sure. And what about finances? I feel like colleges just get more and more expensive.
So the first step on the financial pace is to fill out something called the FAFSA, the Free Application for Federal Student Aid. That form is available on October 1st, but students and parents can use time now to get to know that form, to gather some of the documents that they'll need for it, and to actually create an ID for that website and start exploring online. There's lots of websites that will tell you about financial aid and loans that are available.
Last but not least, we were talking about this off camera. Staying organized is so important. I told him, I was like, full confessions, I had good grades, but I had this big CVS Walgreens bag full of just pamphlets that were coming to the house, and they were all over the house. It was just overwhelming. How can you kind of stay organized and get it so you can make a sound decision?
Well, first of all, you have to use what works for you. I mean, is it an Excel spreadsheet? Is it a legal pad? Is it a whiteboard? You know, something that helps you keep track, first of all, of the deadlines for the schools that you're interested in, also for the scholarship forms and other financial aid forms, deadlines for things like interview. Try to use whatever works for you to organize. And then start asking yourself questions as students sort of limit that list of, you know, over 2,000 colleges in this country. What part of the country do you want to be in? What are you hoping to get out of this experience? Do you want to be in a rural setting or a city setting? Do you want someplace that's going to be really intense or a little more relaxed? And suddenly that list of, you know, that folder full of brochures you've gotten from those colleges will start to get smaller and more manageable.
Did you put that purple tie on for Northwestern University? Is that why you did that? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Jack, thank you for coming. We're back in a moment, but first